Hello, beautiful souls. Sarah V here, as you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. And yes, I have my lovely Easter hat. And I just want to give you a heads up. I think everybody and their grandmother is doing yard work. So hopefully it's not going to interrupt you hearing what I have to say this week. So yes, so this is your email video. And, past couple weeks, I really have been noticing in myself how far along I have come in my healing. And it always, my transformation. I've left a 30-year marriage very happily and lovingly. And I'm going to start getting into more of those stories about uncoupling. But today, I have been noticing, like I said, how far I have come in my healing. And my barometer is how less my family, triggers me or puts me back into that old energy that I kind of left. And, there's a quote that I love so much, which is, and I don't know whether Buddha actually said this, but it was, if you think you're enlightened, spend a week with your family. Because what happens, and absolutely no, no negative thoughts towards them. It's just what happens. Sometimes our family and our loved ones can trigger that unhealed pain and trauma in ourselves. They're not doing it on purpose, but sometimes, I know for me, I, obviously innocently was married, 32 years ago. And I was a completely different person. I didn't understand about my pain and trauma. So, I attracted, because that my motto is, your inner feeling is your magnet. I was feeling what I attracted in my husband. And, we got together as this beautiful, innocent, young couple. We both wanted 4 children, but I didn't understand that I was actually attracting the pain and trauma that I, grew up with in my childhood. Many of the same patterns, but I won't go into that yet. But what I wanted to share with you today is, we have Easter, my Easter bonnet. I have been out all day today, so I don't know what my hair looks like, but I always wear a hat. I love hats. But I was thinking about this today that, we have Easter coming up on Sunday, and this is, anytime there's holidays, I've had this beautiful, magical wedding with my whole family in a completely different energy. And, I always notice, and people, my no matter what women kind of ask me, why is it, I get so far in my healing, and whenever I am near or get around my family, my mother especially, or, my husband or kids or whatever, that I tend to kind of feel like I step backwards. And my answer to that, and I have been witness to that I don't go back anymore. I stay planted, rooted in who I am. And I kind of have the outside world kind of separate from me. And, this is, I think I wrote a post, I don't know, a couple weeks ago about sabotage. That, when somebody who is here sees someone who is here and they used to be here, what happens is it's very, it creates a lot of fear in the person that is not willing to rise to that person. Because what happens is then they have to look at all their, excuse my SHIT, they have to look at their crap. And that's hard. And that is very triggering, and it's full of fear. Some people just are not willing to do that. So what happens is, especially our family, they want us to come back down to where they are used to you being. And this is why it is really difficult to keep ourselves, ascended. And I know Easter's coming up, and I know that, this can cause kind of fear. This can cause, that kind of that belly that churns a little bit in your solar plexus, which is all about personal power. And, I know that, well, no one's around for my Easter. Well, I am going to hang out with my youngest son. But I just notice in my healing that I have ascended so high that no one can affect me now. That's not, kind of an egoic way of kind of, I'm better than you. No, I'm just not willing to come down anymore. If they want to come up, they are so welcome to come up to me. And, this is what happens when we just release this energy. And I know it's Easter on Sunday. It is my healing circle at 9. And I just wanted to offer to you 2 of my very favorite ways to keep yourself in your own energy. One is a little meditation, and the other one is just a way to envision yourself. So I won't give it away now. If you want to come in, and I know it's Easter, but I think it's a really, really important thing to really start understanding how to keep yourself at your ascended level, as we all are in the spiritual awakening. And if you're not in the spiritual awakening and you just want to be able to feel in your power and to stay at your own energy and not allow others to trigger you, please join me. Please join me at 9 a.m. on Sunday. It's going to be a very quick one because I know, families coming in, and maybe you have, table to set, or I don't know what people eat for Easter anymore, but I am going to come in because I am impeccable to my word. I want to make sure that I can be of support to you. If you're feeling kind of nervous, if you feel like, oh my gosh, your great Aunt Martha is coming in and she always triggers you, or she always says something negative about something, and then you spend the rest of your day in that kind of triggered, anxious, stressed out way. And I would love to be a support with you. So please join me at 9 a.m. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to share. And there's going to be on my website, sarahv.com, I'm going to be having some products in there. I'm so excited because this is the first time that I have offered these little things. So one is my manifesting kits. If you follow me on my stories or in my Facebook, you can see what they are. I'm going to be actually doing a live, and I'm going to be explaining what they are, because it's actually a little step that in my healing circles, in my healing retreats, that this is a ritual that we begin their process. If you come in for a day or come in for a weekend, this is like a little ritual. So I've made it into a little kit. And I also have these beautiful Palo Santo bundles, if you will, with some amazite and some quartz that I've created into these little Palo Santo sticks. Is actually something that you use to purify a space if you've let go of energy. Also, if you might want to be lighting a really giant Palo Santo stick or a sage bundle to kind of get rid of any kind of negative energy. Whether it's a placebo effect, we never know, but I use them all the time. So that's going to be on my website. So I'm kind of creating this little page with these 2 items. I'm going to keep adding little things as I go. So please, come in on my healing circle. I promise you it's going to be a very quick, very fast, so I can give you support around your family coming in for the weekend. And it's not just for when our family comes in for Easter, Christmas, or whatever. We can use these methods every time we feel like there's a person that might trigger. A trigger is the unhealed pain and trauma you've experienced experienced it before. It's not just suddenly it comes. It's just because we've suppressed it and it keeps showing up again, bubbling up, as I always say. So I'm going to offer this, and then you can go and cook your duck or whatever. What do they make for Easter? I don't even know. Ham, I guess ham. So anyway, so please join me. Please also remember that my retreat page is now up, sarahv.com/events. And those are all coming up. I'm going to be announcing in the next couple of weeks where my next on location retreat is. I can't wait to share this with you. So thank you. So thank you so much. Happy Easter, happy Passover. And I hope that I see you soon. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.